It will be a fight for lanes, so no lanes have been assigned. The trailer boat position will be occupied by Jim Harvey's boat, the U2 Chrysler Jeep, but there will be a driver change there. Mark Tate getting out of the boat, says his career is over. He'll be replaced by Greg Hopp, who would have been in the final had he been able to finish Heat 4B, but a broken engine took his team back to the trailer. If they can stay the way they are, JW will have the inside. I believe Vilwalk is pulled up beside him, but the big story is going to be, can he keep the engine running going this slow?
Right. Terry Troxell's trying to crowd up in there between the Bud and the Lumar. Looks like he got it. He squeaked right up in there. They might have made contact. I don't know.
Wow, Terry Troxell, no respect for anybody, huh?
No, not when you're out there racing, man. You can be friends on the beach, but when you get out there to race, it's wartime, pal.
We are inside a minute now, and they're legal. Boy, they are really mixing it up on the backstretch. I have never seen milling like this. Now they get lined up a little bit. It's going to be J.W. Myers on the inside, then Terry Troxell. Dave Vilwalk will be right in the middle of the field, then out to Nate Brown in lane 4, and way on the outside, Steve David and the Oh Boy Oberto. Boy, that was a mess. Sorted it out now, but it's all up to JW now to make a good start, and he could have a shot here, Mark.
All right, well, let's see. Possible penalty on the U16, but darn it, let's hit this hard. The start good and go.
JW is still going very slow on the inside. Steve David with good boat speed on the outside as they come down to the start. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. There is the start. JW Myers on the inside. Wasn't bad, but he wasn't the leader at the start. Into the first turn, and we'll watch and see if the boat on the inside can establish a little bit of a lead.
Oh, man, we need that whole duel's eye in the sky to watch this first turn. Holy moly, we'll see what goes on in the backstretch.
Into the turn they are now. Vilwalk looks good in the middle of the field. JW on the inside is on his hip, but Vilwalk has a little bit of a lead. Terry Troxell is actually second in the orange boat. Then it's back to JW at the exit pin. It's Dave Vilwalk and Miss Budweiser, but he's out in lane 3. Look at this 3-boat race. Mark Evans.
Oh, man, Dave's on that in the lead on the outside lane. He's got to come down here and pinch him in a little bit. This is going to be a wild turn. They got some rollers down here in this Belle Isle turn. Now J-Dub got hosed down a little bit. Let's see what happens. Troxell's hanging it.
Can Terry Troxell hold his turn? He didn't earlier in the weekend. He doesn't have much room in there. He has to really shut it down, and Dave Vilwalk takes control by controlling the radius of that turn.
He did a great turn, and here comes Nate Brown. He kept his speed up, too, and he's going to get up there and give Terry Troxell a run for his money. What a wild turn in the Rooster Tail turn.
Vilwalk pinning Terry Troxell in, keeping his RPMs down, allowed Nate Brown to come up on the outside, so we have a 3-boat race as we go into the Belle Isle Bridge turn for the second time. Dave Vilwalk is the leader, leaving a little bit of room on the inside. Now he has the overlap. He will probably move over onto the buoy line, Mark.
Yeah, that's the way Dave drives. Very aggressive. I'm sure that's a big relief to him to get a start like that and be able to lead. But look what's happening back in second place. My gosh. Nate Brown's on the outside with Terry Troxell on the inside. What a battle.
Boy, Nate Brown in the U10, Miss Detroit Yacht Club, has really come alive here in his last 2 heats. You got to worry about these 2 boats and the way they're flying them. They are really loose on the backstretch. Vilwalk out ahead and cruising nicely now as a couple of Rooster Tails, but watch these boats in second and third as they try to get through this tight turn.
Wow, man, Nate is just hanging it out with that boat. It's been running better and better, and he is going for it. He's being very aggressive. Troxell comes through the turn and is slowing down right now in the Rooster Tail turn, and that gives Steve David another spot to get by him.
Steve David moving the Oh Boy Oberto up into 3rd place, and now Terry Troxell is underway again. He may have got a gulp of water there, but he's in 4th place, and J.W. Myers back in 5th is gaining on him. We have a pretty good boat race up in the first 2 spots where Dave Vilwalk now has put a little bit of water between himself and Nate Brown in the U10, but that boat has really come alive. I know that Kim Gregory and the USA Racing Partners are really going to be excited with the progress this team has made.
They did a lot of work on that boat this winter, and it's starting to pay off. It's a great thing to have Nate in there to help him out like this, and it's exciting for him. 2nd place, but listen, we got some laps to go. Bud's leading, but you got to keep your lead.
Dave Vilwalk is halfway home. He's run 2.5 of the 5 laps. He's won 5 Gold Cups. This would make it a 6-pack. A magic number for Dave Vilwalk and Miss Budweiser. Down the start-finish line for the 3rd time. 2 laps remaining. Nate Brown now with no challenge from anybody behind him, running comfortably in 2nd place, and a 2nd place finish for that team would be a real victory here. Oh, Steve David has broken tail feathers. He got into some water or something that was rough. In fact, I saw him almost turn it over last time through here, but he has a a battered boat now as he finishes lap 3.
Oh, man, and Terry Troxel just got up and got totally sideways in the rooster tail turn. I'm telling you, and there goes J.W. Myers right through his rooster tail, and his front sponton's busted up. My God, Bill Muncy was right. You don't win this race here. You survive it. Look at this. It's just destroying boats left and right.
J.W. Myers appeared to take some damage in the Lumar as he came through here, and I don't know that he's still up and running. We'll see if he comes around again. Dave Villwock now is on lap 4 in front of the historic Detroit Yacht Club. The fans over there giving him a high five as he comes by, bounces the boat just a little bit. Just a tremendous boat ride. Mark, you drove for this team. One thing they give you is the best equipment in all of boat racing. Hard to get around.
It is the most beautiful equipment out there. Whoa, Nate Brown just got loose again in the rooster tail turn. Amazing how these guys are going to be beat to a pulp after this race.
Driving it like a 5-liter.
Yeah,
huh?
the Alberto, look at, he's coming through, and he's got wings and stuff tearing off of his boat. Boy, things are getting beat up, but Dave Villwock is just going to have to hang in there in the bud and get himself first place while everybody else has damage.
Steve David running third as they come by now in the old boy Alberto. Then it's back to Terry Troxel in the Miss Elam Plus, a boat that was very quick all weekend but has had some problems here. We haven't mentioned Greg Hopp doing a pretty good job in a boat he'd never been in before, running back there on the rough backstretch for Jim Harvey and the Miss Chrysler Jeep. He's coming through the rooster tail turn right now, taking it kind of easy, and I'm glad to see that.
Me too, because, you know, it's tough to get in a new boat like that and just go out and run, especially when he's in the trailer position. Hey, we got a note here that J.W. Myers went down, plus possible penalty on the 16. What do we got going here, man?
Well, it's going to have to be sorted out by the officials eventually. A hand from the crowd as Dave Villwock turns toward start-finish for the final time. The checkered flag flies, and it is a six-pack. Nate Brown is still driving hard in the U10. Hey, it's his last chance to drive this weekend.
He might as well go for it, boy. He was hanging that out. That was amazing. Again, here comes the Alberto, and all the wings are tore off the thing. Let's see how he does. Gets across the line.
We are receiving word of a very big story developing here at the Gold Cup, a possible disqualification of the winner. The officials want to review some activity on the water before the start of the race. We can look back here. This is 3/4 of a lap before the start. The boats have established their lanes. Terry Troxel and Miss Elam Plus, the bright orange boat, has lane 2. And right there is contact between Troxel's boat and Dave Villwock in Miss Budweiser. Now we'll continue watching as the boats come onto the backstretch. Troxel has not lost power, but he's way behind. Now he is going to catch the two boats in front of him, the yellow boat, the Lumar, driven by J.W. Myers. He goes between that boat and Villwock's Miss Budweiser, and for a moment is ahead of the two. Now Villwock will pass him, and again there is contact between those two boats. The call we have so far is that Dave Villwock and Miss Budweiser may be disqualified because of that contact, and we could have a change in the winner of the 2004
Ken
Gold Cup.
Gregory's team has just been told they have won the 2004 Gold Cup. Let's see you put this into words, big guy.
Oh, wow. I don't know what to say. I really don't. And you know I usually like to talk a lot. It's fantastic. Now, I got to thank the crew. Nate did a hell of a job. We were worrying at the third heat if we were going to make the main. Then he went out there and stood on it. I'm speechless.
I know that your driver feels it was a good call.
Yeah, a lot of the guys do on the beach. I know I didn't see it, but he was in there, you know. It was, when you got boats come back with a bunch of holes in them and one of them sinking, something happened. So I hate to win it that way. That's not, let him say it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nate Brown, Gold Cup winner. How does that sound?
Man, the first thing that crossed my mind is I can quit now.
That's what he said, too.
We just gave you the second place trophy. You got to give that one back.
You know, I don't mind a bit, and, you know, I would never quit. That's an awesome feeling. You know, you love to go out there and race and beat the guy across the line. But boat racing is full of rules and full of things we have to abide by. And I'll tell you what, my hat's off to Hydroprop, to looking at the videotape, to making an educated decision, talking to drivers, knowing what's going on out there. And you know what? We won! Yeah!
I never thought I'd hold this in my life. And you know what? It's heavy.